These 13 players will not only fall into the end zone this week, but they will have some money falling into your bank account because they will score a touchdown in week 3. Welcome back. My name is Joe Pepe. I run touchdowns, tap outs, and triple plays, and we are here to talk about who is going to score this weekend from each game because we could place money on them, and placing money on them can earn us more money. And these are stone cold locks. We're not missing on these. They're all going to hit. Parlay them if you want to. But let's get right into it with the Ravens Colts game, and we're going to go to Zay Flowers. And there's only a handful of teams in the NFL this year that have funneled their targets to 2 players. And when I mean funnel, I mean 20% of the targets or more. And guess what? The Baltimore Ravens are one of them. And Zay Flowers has 31% of the targets. And he's going up against a team, the Indianapolis Colts, that have a defensive back room that makes you just say, ugh. Like, you don't love this backfield. But here's the thing, you do if you're facing it. So you want to go after it. And you want to go after a player like Zay Flowers, who they're manufacturing touches for, and will get a part of the run game and like jet sweeps and coming out of the backfield and all that fun stuff, especially since J.K. Dobbins went down with an injury. And now Justice Hill has turf toe. And the only person that's really there is Gus Edwards. We should see a lot of touches for Zay Flowers in a game against the Colts defense that is just miserable, for lack of a better word. And when we go into miserable, usually we end up talking about the Denver Broncos. So let's get to the Broncos and the Dolphins game. And this one comes with a caveat. Be careful. You have to watch the injury report. But if Jaylen Waddle plays, Jaylen Waddle scores the touchdown. Plain and simple. This year has been the Tyreek Hill show, and guess what? The Tyreek Hill show. And granted, he's a very, very spectacular player, but he gets Patrick Surtain this week, and that's a tough matchup. You know who's across from him? Damari Mathis. You know what Damari Mathis has? An overall PFF grade of 29.9. And in coverage, it's not much better, 31.4. Now, they have been setting up Jaylen Waddle as the jab, with Tyreek Hill being the overhand right. But here's the thing, that's how you set people up. As a boxer, you line up with one punch and then you come with another. And I believe that that's what they're doing here in Miami, is that they're lining up on one side and using it because, hell, no one's really stopping it. But now Jaylen Waddle, if he plays and is healthy, is going to run around, is going to beat this really terrible cornerback on the season so far. And I'll give you a little extra. If he doesn't play, Durham Smythe, hidden touchdown potential in this game. If Jaylen Waddle doesn't play, they are targeting him. They are giving him snaps. He's got a chance to be amazing. Just keep an eye on him if Jaylen Waddle doesn't play. But we go from a sneaky tight end and Durham Smythe possibly being a touchdown to a touchdown machine that is coming for the Buffalo Bills. And I say coming because, well, he hasn't done it yet. Like, it's just, it hasn't been his game. And Dalton Kincaid against the Commanders will score a touchdown. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Dawson Knox is missing practice right now. He's dealing with an injury, a nagging injury, and we have a Dalton Kincaid who is out on the field. A Dalton Kincaid who has 5 receptions last week. A Dalton Kincaid who has talent, first round pedigree, all that fun stuff. Baby Travis Kelsey, and we're in a game where the weather, it's not looking great. And that doesn't mean deep shots to Stephon Diggs or Gabe Davis. That means keep it close to Josh Allen. Keep it down the middle of the field. Keep it where he could see it nice and simple. We don't let the wind affect the game. And that leans into the tight end. And if Knox is missing part of the game and we have bad weather, Dalton Kincaid is going to step up and he's going to earn that first round potential pick. Now, we're going to move to somebody else who was a first round draft pick. And we're going to go to Travis Etienne with the Jags versus the Texans. And this one's real simple. Texans, they real bad. They ain't good. They ain't nothing good about them right now. So we're going to go to a running back who saw all of the touches last week, and I don't expect him to see that. But I expect him to see the majority share because Tank Bigsby is fumbling, and he's not. Travis Etienne gets to face a defense that, hey, last year was one of the worst in the NFL against the running game, and then you come back this year, and they're not much better. This is what they're bad at. They can't stop the run. Don't make it hard. We can't figure out the wide receivers right now. Calvin Ridley gives us a bust. Zay Jones has a game. Then Christian Kirk has a bust. It's too confusing. Pick Travis Etienne. Enjoy the extra money in your account. You can't be mad at an electric running back scoring. It's something you should always look at. And talking about electric running backs, Let's go to the Lions and Falcons as we have Jahmyr Gibbs. And this one's real simple. David Montgomery, he's not going to play. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's dealing with an injury. Those are two people that Jared Goff trusts. And now we have this rookie who could break tackles, who could make electric plays, who could do amazing things. But here's where it works for me that he's going to get these touchdowns. Because last week with the injury to David Montgomery, yes, you go to do a play action pass and he's in there doing pass protection because that's what you schemed for, because it was set up to be done with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs in mind. You're not doing that this week. There'll be play action pass, and he's going to break out into the flat and catch a pass here. Or it's going to be play action pass, and he's going to run a route, and they're going to hit him there. Or they're just going to scheme up more screen passes and things like that, and he's going to score a touchdown. It's finally here. Jahmyr Gibbs is electric. Let's put some money on him. Let's make some money while everybody else is down. That's where we make our money on them. And we're going to go to a team that they're just down. Nick Chubb is injured. We're talking about the Browns and the Titans here. Nick Chubb goes down. Deshaun Watson looks like trash, but they do get the Titans, and we're not going to a running back. We are going to a wide receiver because the Titans cannot stop the passing game. The Titans defense stinks on defense against wide receivers as they're allowing the second most reception and the third most yards, which means the best opportunity to score points. And if there's somebody I want, it's either Elijah Moore and Amari Cooper, and I trust Amari Cooper a week coming off the injury. He's a little bit more healthy. I'm going Amari Cooper here. I think he's kind of a lock for these Browns, and that's another touchdown that's going to just pad our stats and our bank accounts. Let's talk about another guy who's going to pad our bank accounts. This one's real simple. Kenneth Walker. Seahawks versus the Panthers. I really thought Zach Charbonnet was going to be used more. He hasn't been yet. Kenneth Walker has been the guy. And they're going up against the Panthers defense that has allowed the second most yards and the most touchdowns to the running back position. Seahawks like to run the ball. Seahawks are using one man. Don't make this hard. A plus B equals C, and C is Kenneth Walker dropping into the end zone and putting money into your bank account. You know who else you should be looking at when it comes to the red zone? Well, we'll go to the Patriots first, the Jets, and Hunter Henry is going to score a touchdown. This one's simple. He's sixth in red zone targets. He's leading the league for tight ends and air yards. He's Mac Jones's favorite option and safest option because who are you going to throw to in those wide receivers there? You got Juju? No. Demario Douglas? Meh. You got Tyquan Thornton? Does he even play for the team anymore? I have not seen him. There's so many people there that are meh, average, maybe fall into the end zone, but Hunter Henry is the talented guy. Hunter Henry is a top passing option. And when it comes to tight ends, you want a top option or a top three option. And that's what he is. And Bill O'Brien knows it. And that's why they're using him. This tight end's going to fall into the end zone. And another tight end that's going to fall into the end zone is TJ Hockenson in the Vikings versus Chargers game. And this one's simple. TJ Hockenson is a part of this offense. They paid him the money. They traded big capital for him. It goes Justin Jefferson, then him, then Jordan Addison, and KJ Osborne for now. And here's a big thing: the Chargers defense, it's not that great. It's kind of a bad team right now, and their linebackers are atrocious. Now, yes, tight ends go against safeties as well, but you could sneak them behind, make them go up in matchups against the linebackers, and you're going to get a touchdown out of TJ Hockenson. Some of them are just real simple. He's been on a hot streak with targets. I'll take the massive opportunity that comes to him. And another person who's going to get a massive opportunity, Kendre Miller. We have been waiting for this forever. Now, we have no Jamal Williams this week. Alvin Kamara is still on suspension. Tony Jones Jr. is what they call a JAG, just another guy for the people that don't know what JAG means. And it's Kendre Miller's backfield. He's been practicing. They said he was full go. I think it's time. And if it doesn't happen to this week, he's in trouble for fantasy. But it's gonna. He's gonna land in that end zone. It's not gonna be a problem. He's getting the opportunity, the massive carry load. He's gonna be the workhorse. Kendre Miller is going to score. And talking about a workhorse, Tony Pollard. He's seeing pretty much all the touches, especially in the red zone. So that's where you want it for an anytime touchdown bet. And he's going up against the Cardinals. This is simple. The game is scripted to basically be the Cowboys crushing the Cardinals and them running the ball. And that's going to happen a lot this game. They're going to keep it nice and simple. They're going to run the ball. You saw what Saquon did to the Cardinals last week, and Tony Pollard's just as talented. So, Tony Pollard, come on down, put some money in our bank account for us. And we're going to go back yet again to the running backs, and we're going to talk Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is having a rough season, but he's getting 15 touches a game. you can't be mad at the opportunity. You can't be mad at him being the focal point at one point to this offense, and it's coming. The good game is coming, and he's facing the Steelers, and the Steelers have allowed the third most rushing attempts against them while allowing the third most touchdowns to running backs. Josh Jacobs has a get right week this week. And we go into my final play, the sneakiest of plays, I think. And he's going to be a little scary, but Cade Otton against my Eagles. My Eagles can't cover a tight end to save their life. We have injuries in the safety room. We have injuries with linebackers. We have a whole new defensive scheme. And this scheme reminds me a lot of the scheme in 2021 when, hey, it was just easy. Put a bet on tight ends against the Eagles, cash. That was the formula, and we're heading back to it because Cade Otton is on the field 97% of the snaps in the first two games, not just in one of the games, both of the games. And like I said, we can't cover him. And my rule of thumb when it comes to tight ends is give me somebody who's getting a lot of opportunity, like Cade Otton is. Give me a great matchup like he's getting against the Eagles, and make him a top 3 passing option in the passing game. And it goes Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and then Cade Otton. So this isn't hard. Cade Otton, unfortunately, will score against my Eagles. My Eagles will win the game, but Cade Otton will score, and he will pad your stat line, pad your bankroll, and make you very happy at